So just some of the issues and the stories that we're hearing in terms of what community members are saying, how this water scarcity is affecting their ability to live and their ability to have a functioning life. But we're going to look to the heavens now. And again, it has been pelting for the last maybe hour or so. And look at the future. What is the prognosis for water and rains in this particular area? As I mentioned in the opening, been without water for around 7 years or so. I want to bring in an expert. Garth Sampson is from the South African Weather Service and joins us now. Garth, good evening to you. And it's a little bit ironic, isn't it? We're talking about water scarcity. We can hear the rain pelting on the building that we're on. But it has been a dry season for the area for many years now. How long do you think this could go on for?
Well, it's extremely difficult to say, but statistically, we're not on a record yet. This drought could statistically carry on till 2027, 2028, if we compare it to other droughts. Let's hope and pray it doesn't happen.
So, we're looking at we're looking outside the window. We can see that there's rain coming down. Is this an anomaly?
Well, this rain's basically along the coast. We need the rain in the Langkloof. The seasonal forecast going forward has showed above normal rainfall for the rest of this year, where it has showed below normal rainfall for the first half of the year, and the seasonal forecast has been 100% over the last 5 years.
Well, Garth, one of the biggest issues is you might have rain. We had one good day, I believe, in July where a lot of rain came in. One of the biggest problems is water collection and then water distribution. What can you talk to us about how that's playing a role in worsening the situation?
Well, the big problem is we need 50 millimeters in 24 hours to fill the dams. So, and it must fall over the Langkloof. It doesn't help we have 100, 200 mils and it floods in Port Elizabeth, in Rebecca. It's got to fall in the Langkloof. So without that, it won't help.
I want to talk about the supply dams, Garth, places like Mpofu, Kroma, Kucha, others like Kariga, and I understand Kariga hasn't supplied communities like Krasani for at least 6 months now. Mpofu levels have dropped too low and they've been switched off since June because the pipes have been drawing mud effectively. Share a broad take on how what we're seeing at that particular dam might actually be the fate that befalls some of the other dams in the area.
Well, it's quite interesting. Everybody got a fright in June, and we were basically days away from those taps being switched off and people standing in queues. And like the one representative said here, my biggest fear is the old age homes and the old people. And we were days away from that, and we got that nice rain. It was incidentally the end of June, not July. And that stretched day zero on. And the big thing that I hear is that in Mpofu Dam, they put another barge in there. So it's not so much the rainfall that had a big influence on it, it was the barge that they put into Mpofu Dam that has stretched our day zero quite considerably. But that will go to about February, March next year. But unfortunately, for the next couple of months, it's not our rainy season. We're not a summer rainfall season. The cut-off low that brings the 50 millimeters usually occurs in your winter months, say from April to November. So after November, it's dry, and we've got all the tourists coming in. It's summer, everybody wants to water their prize petunias, and people are very selfish, they store in water. So the consumption has not decreased, and that's the biggest concern. In Cape Town, the whole community worked together. Now, it's not the case. We haven't dropped consumption considerably, and that is what we need to do. And we must remember, there is going to come a flood that is going to stop this drought. Are we ready for that flood? And the next question is, after that flood, there's going to be another drought. That's part of our history. 1823, settlers' homes were flooded after a prolonged drought.
And we see these adverse climatological events happening, Garth, where there's scarcity, and then you have, flash events like floods. When you look at what happened in KZN, where that infrastructure simply couldn't manage the deluge, are you saying that something similar could happen here?
It is is going to. 1968, 1981, 1908, 1867, and I can go on the whole night reciting dates of floods that have happened here. And it's always, imagine this bridge right next door to this building overflowing by 6 meters. That has happened before. The big difference is there's been a lot of building in the area, a lot more cement, a lot more alien invasive species of trees. So it's a recipe for disaster.
And that's such a concerning picture. Garth, thank you very much for painting it for us. So very, very concerning. We're moving between these two